This stuff is made
Should I narrate what
in
you're
the
doing, or
traditional
would you like
ways.
to
It's a
narrate?
liquid hide glue.
So you're using hide
You may hear
glue.
Lisa talking a bit. Let's let
All
her
of
hear.
the
Let's let her talk a little bit.
individual.
So just go and sure. Just get as much full coverage as possible, and I'll work on this one. We can do like a corner at a time. I'm gonna come over here.
Yeah.
You got to work fast. You have about 20 or 30 minutes before this stuff sets up.
Like the yellow
And
glue that
then,
you would use for like a lot of most woodworking stuff, it would just not be long enough of a time. By the time you
It's
brush it
really
on,
sticky and
the first corner is
impossible
already dried
to
out.
manipulate.
So this is
Well, plus
handy.
this is reversible with the hide glue, right? Like if you needed to disassemble it, you could.
It smells
Just
like
have to-
Regular wood glue would be dry within a few minutes, and then you'd never be able to
Yum.
get all the surfaces glued in time.
Oh, Joseph, are you kidding?
And as Lisa said, that kind of glue is reversible, so if any time somebody in a couple hundred years wants to repair a part or restore this, they can actually undo all these glue joints, which is a pretty cool thing. Here we get a little bit violent, and you can see what a tight fit that is. It's bomb-proof.
And before we forget, we gotta put that down. We'll do it later.
Can't forget to get that panel in place. It'd be a pretty often mistake to forget to insert that. Here's my hammering face. It's pretty funny.
Over here, you still got.
You can see that wood just bend and twist into those very, very tight spaces. That thing's never going to come apart.
It'll split and wedge it. Here I gotta fill a little gap with a piece of wood, like a little wedge. Okay, now
That seemed like a tight. I don't think it's. I guess when she put it up, so gravity is holding it down, we'll be able to see how it slides. Because it kind of was tight getting into the bottom corner.
just gonna wipe the excess.
And to save a bit of time, you'd wipe off the excess glue so you're not scraping it off later.
Whatever's not wiped will be more of a pain in the
Want me to
Those
do this
numbers
one?
you see on the side of the boards are the board feet, the way that they measure and
I don't know
sell
if
these
that's-
pieces of wood.
I'm not doing a very good job recording. I'm
One board
waiting.
foot is 1 inch
The-
by 12 inches by 12 inches.
yeah.
So each of those boards that were 4.5 board feet. And there's a 4.3.
Like
And
that,
here I'm
it's
just
not
tightening
sitting
up
flush.
any gaps that are a little more stubborn with this clamping pressure.
The glue's already getting kind of tacky and gummy, but we can
And the last thing you want to do before you walk away is make sure this is square. Because if this box is not square, every other
Wanna do
piece that you
sideways
add
too,
to it
this way?
needs to be the same out of squareness.
this way anymore.
Which
Yeah, but
Seems
the
pretty
other
difficult,
side,
so you might as well get it square to begin with.
right?
Yeah,
Right.
we gotta get it square.
Okay. And then check the.
And being,
channel.
primarily handwork, sometimes it's a bit of a challenge, but I think I get there pretty well.
Do you want it all the way down? No, because you got to run that other one across, right?
So corner to corner, if the measurements are not exactly the same, you're out of square. And And you can see the outside of this case is pretty crappy looking still. I have yet to clean up the outside edges. Now here's for the very bottom of that chest. I've decided to do a tongue and groove, almost like a wood flooring, and out of solid cherry, using these antique style nails, which actually work much better than modern nails that are round. The kind of wedge shape of these nails provide a wedging action, so the holding power is much stronger. And that coin spacing will allow for expansion and contraction of the wood during the seasons. And since I'm building this in a very humid climate, summertime in Chicago, and you are living in a very dry climate, I need to be very careful about the wood movement. The benefit of nails too is that nails will actually allow wood to move slightly. If these were glued down or even screwed down, there's a good chance that these boards will crack. Nails will kind of sway slightly. And using solid wood like this, expansion and contraction is a huge problem. But I'd rather have to work around it than to build things out of plywood. This traditional, kind of woodworking with solid materials has been around for hundreds of years. Plywood's been around for 150 or so. And there's enough crappy furniture in the world. Things built in this traditional way, museum quality, I guess you'd call it, or heirloom quality, stuff that's going to hopefully be around for a few hundred years at least, I think is a lot more worthwhile to create. And then my last job will be to clean up all those outside edges. Like I said, create the top, create the inside case with more secret compartments. And there's quite a lot of space under there. I'm going to build, I think, 3 trays to fit underneath that space, as well as 2 drawers that this chest will be sitting on with turned legs. So I look forward to creating some more videos and pictures to show you part 2 and 3 of your blanket chest. So I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.